Darf ich den Gastgeber der Future Affairs
I would like to welcome the host of the conference, Minister Maas. Mr. Maas will open the conference, and he also agreed to answer a few questions. Mr. Federal Minister, a warm welcome, and great that you have found the time to address us. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Evenstein. Ladies and gentlemen, these will be interesting and exciting 2 days. We were actually looking very much forward to them. It's a meeting with the community dealing with the same issues as we do, but also with our friends from Latin America and the Caribbean, where we have so much in common on all these issues. Thank you, Mr. Maas. We often speak about competition and the global technological supremacy, and what we see is growing rivalry between the United States and China. Does it mean that we are confronted with a digital division of the world? I think it will not only depend on China and the United States, it will also depend on Europe. I believe that when the development continues as we currently see it, we will have two digital poles. The one will be the United States with the center in Silicon Valley, and the other will be China with Beijing and other locations. Two very different models. The American one is one based on the maximization of profit, and the Chinese model also uses all the capabilities to repress people and resources. I don't think this is anything we would like to have in the United Europe, because we wouldn't really see our values implemented there. So we here in Europe should think about not only about what we want to have, but we should do something to maintain, to preserve our digital sovereignty, because digitization changes all our communication behavior. We get our information digitally. Information is the foundation for opinion building, and this leads to democratic processes. So we are not just talking about processes, but also about power. And there is also a global struggle for the technical supremacy, because the one country that is a major player in organizing the world that has a lot of power. We want to have a minimum of digital sovereignty in order not to become the plaything of others. We want to base our action on our values, from router to cloud. It's about content, and it's about technological infrastructure to be able to be digitally sovereign. Minister, you probably want to say very clearly that the Europeans need to follow their own digital route. What does it mean for Germany? What does Germany do in order to stand its ground in the new digital geopolitics? There are different aspects here. Recently, we have seen that, and this also refers to the COVID-19 pandemic, it's about narratives in the global competition. So the point is to protect the critical infrastructure we have. Within Germany, we are currently adopting a Digital Security Act 2.0, where it's not only about technical capabilities, but also safety and security issues. So how to guarantee that there is no outside influence from third parties. And we also want to protect content and values on the internet. And we need to reach European understanding on that. The Digital Services Act was such an attempt. We have seen what the social media, Facebook, Twitter, and others blur the line between freedom of opinion and punishable comments. And since we are now meeting with our Latin American friends, we know that others have the same democratic values, liberty, freedom, and the like. So I'm really looking forward to what we are discussing here now. Germany, just as other European states, is by and large too small to win in the global competition. What role does the EU play here? It's indeed true, and this is not only true for digital sovereignty in Europe. We are all too small, Germany included. So we need to find a European road based on the capabilities we have, the technological resources we have. We need to increase investments in all that, plus in artificial intelligence, hardware and software. I think we can do we can do more than we currently deliver. We also need to be aware of values. Artificial intelligence is a lot about ethical issues. It's not just about what is technologically feasible, but also what is ethically acceptable. So we hope that because of the common ground we have in Europe and the German Foundation in terms of hardware and content, we will be able to hammer out a joint strategy. As you mentioned already, there's a virtual meeting of the EU with the Latin American and Caribbean foreign ministers taking place today. We know that Germany is working toward intensifying the relations with that continent. What exactly links Europe and Latin America with regard to digital global politics? I think this is by and large our shared values that exist there and here, but also technological issues link us. There will be a deep-sea cable laid between Portugal and Brazil, which is a very hands-on example of a link. With regard to the United Nations, we launched a resolution to defend privacy on the internet. So there are a number of technological issues that we need to discuss if we want to support one another, but also how do we treat the internet and its content? What are the values that guide us? What are the opportunities and what are the risks? And here I think there's a lot that Europe and Latin America have in common, which are worth being discussed. Mr. Maas, thank you very much and for finding the time to address us here at the start of our Future Affairs conference. Feel free now to join your own conference, and I wish you a successful conference. Thank you.